So last week, John Maxwell did a teaching on what to focus on, and he shared 9 different things that we need to put behind us and before us. They were all really good. He only had time to teach on 6 of them. If you want the whole list, you can let me know. I'll send it to you. But I decided today I would share the 3 that he didn't have time to teach on. The first one was that we need to put behind us our feelings and before us our values. Now, I don't think that means that we just don't have feelings. I think what it means, for me anyway, is we don't let our feelings be what drives us all the time, especially during this crisis. And that can be a challenge because we're feeling a lot of things. We may feel just weary from all of this. We may be sad that we've missed an important event, or angry that we've lost a job, or somebody we love is ill. We still have to acknowledge that we have the feelings, but if we can keep our values before us, focused on, all right, where do I want to be consistent, and how do I want to show up, and what are the ways that I can still be kind and add value to others and look for ways to have fun. That's where I want to spend my energy and my focus. The second one they shared was to put the future behind us and today before us, which might seem a little counterintuitive, like aren't we supposed to be forward focused all the time? But I think what this one is saying is if we spend so much time speculating what the future is going to be, that can actually kind of keep us from missing out on what we could be doing right now to improve ourselves. And something that I've heard and I absolutely believe is that growth today is the only guarantee that tomorrow is going to be better. So we need to be doing everything we can right now so that we are using this time today to our best advantage. John actually has a book called Today Matters, and in that book he says this: people create success in their lives by focusing on today. It may sound trite, but today is the only time you have. It's too late for yesterday. You can't depend on tomorrow. That's why today matters. And the third thing is that we need to put behind us complaining and before us gratitude. This one can be really challenging right now because there's a lot of things that we could easily and maybe even legitimately want to complain about. The other part about this is right now, if you don't complain about anything, people might look at you like, okay, are you even real? Because there are things that, probably we could complain about. But the more we can focus our energy on the gratitude side of life, I think the better off we're going to be in the long run. It reminds me of a time in my life when I was going through a really difficult struggle, and an activity that I was encouraged to try was think about all the people that live on your street and have them imagine that they're sitting around the table with you and everybody puts their biggest problem in the middle of the table. Which problem would you take back out? And I realized during that time that I had neighbors who were dealing with loss of a spouse and an ill parent and a teenager that was out of control and somebody else had just died. And I looked at all those and said, you know what? I think I'll just take back my own problem. Complaining is interesting because I think there's a difference between complaining and then just stating the facts of a situation. So the facts are, I haven't been to the grocery store in 8 weeks. I miss seeing my friends face to face, and I would have liked to have gone out to celebrate our anniversary at a restaurant instead of doing it at home. But I think that's different than bemoaning my situation to the point of I'm bringing it up in every conversation and saying this is the worst thing that's ever happened in my life. And so yeah, there's a balance. I found a couple of quotes about complaining that I thought were pretty interesting. One of them said, go 24 hours without complaining, not even once, and then watch how your life starts to change. I thought, that could be a good challenge. And the other one said, someone else is happy with less than you have. So in this time when there are so many things that are uncertain. One thing that we can be certain of is how we decide to show up. And I believe if we can keep before us our values, doing what we can today, and gratitude, then we'll be able to better handle whatever comes against us. There's a poem called Lifters and Leaners, and it says this: there are two kinds of people on earth today. Two kinds of people, no more, I say. Not the good or the bad, for 'tis well understood that the good are half bad and the bad are half good. Not the happy and sad, for the swift flying years bring each man his laughter and each man his tears. Not the rich and the poor, for to count a man's wealth, you must first know the state of his conscience and health. Not the humble and proud, for in life's busy span, who puts on vain airs is not counted a man. No, the two kinds of people on earth I mean are the people who lift and the people who lean. I think we need to be lifters. That's my perspective this Friday. I'm Amy Barge. Living large.